Good afternoon. It's 3 o'clock. I'm Josh Berry with your Solent Sports News headlines. Despite new owners arriving at the club this month, Southampton have failed to make any new additions during the January transfer window. Our reporter Louis Moore has the latest developments and feelings around the city.
Sadio Mane! Wow! Hat-trick in next to no time! That is phenomenal!
Danny Ings giving chase to that! He's a predator!
Better cross, Van Dijk, who has got the equalising goal. Splendid header by Virgil van Dijk.
Southampton Football Club have had some successful signings over the last few years. Danny Ings, Sadio Mane and Virgil van Dijk are just a couple of names that stand out. However, this January window has been a quiet one for the Saints as no business was conducted by them. Players such as Dele Alli, Tino Anjorin and Dean Henderson were all linked for a move to the south coast, but fans will have to wait until the summer until they can see a fresh face. Writer for the Southern Daily Echo, Alfie House, believes that Saints supporters should have full faith in Ralph Hasenhüttl and the board and to not panic about the lack of signings.
Saints' squad is strong. There's more depth, there's better atmosphere. I think supporters trust that if CEO Martin Semmens doesn't think there was a deal worth moving on, then it's because the right player simply wasn't available. If the right option wasn't available, for me, there was no need to make a move.
Supporters seem quite content with the lack of signings as most believe the squad is strong enough already. I spoke to a couple of fans in Southampton to get their thoughts on the winter window.
We've already got the quality like Brozier up front. I think we're settled for the end of the season now.
Towards the end of the season with injuries could get a bit difficult, but fortunately no one's gone out and no big outgoings, so not losing players like Brozier is a massive win.
Southampton are looking comfortable for safety in the Premier League, but will be looking to finish in the top half of the table come the end of the campaign. With other clubs thriving towards the same goal, it will be a tough second half for Hasenhüttl's men.
Arsenal's Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is one step closer to his move to Barcelona on a free transfer. This move comes after the relationship between the Gabon striker and Spanish manager Mikel Arteta collapsed due to ill discipline. Kevin Campbell believes that the move was the only viable option for the Gunners.
I really think it was needed. Obviously, there was some issues inside the club where Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang was the captain, and there was an issue. He got stripped to the captaincy, and we hadn't seen him anywhere near the Arsenal first team since then.
Brentford's new star signing has been praised by former Tottenham and England goalkeeper Paul Robinson. Robinson has claimed that the former Danish Player of the Year, Christian Eriksen, could be the secret to taking Brentford to the next level. Eriksen is yet to play since his cardiac arrest against Finland in Euro 2020.
We know that they've dropped down the table a little bit, but having a player of his quality, not just on the pitch, but around the dressing room, to players to learn off him, his habits daily at the training ground, Brentford stay in the Premier League and keep him next year, all of a sudden, Brentford's quite an attractive proposition for some players.
Former Everton captain Phil Jagielka is among those hoping that Frank Lampard works out as Everton's new manager. The Toffees hired the ex-midfielder after firing Rafa Benitez 7 months into his contract. Jagielka has said the club's managerial issues have been frustrating and hopes that the Chelsea legend proves to be a long-term solution.
The frustrating aspect at the moment is obviously the chopping and changing. It's not because, the owners want to do it. It's just because, something hasn't really worked out over the course of the last few years.
This just in from within the last hour. American NFL legend Tom Brady, the 7-time winning Super Bowl champion, has officially announced his retirement after 22 seasons. The former Patriots and Buccaneers quarterback said he's proud of what he's achieved and to leave the field of play to the next generation. The Solent ladies will be looking to continue their run in the Women's National Trophy tomorrow. They take on Plymouth, Margent at home in the round of 16. The team are looking to emulate the success of 2020 when they reached the final, but it was called off due to COVID-19. And Formula One will make it mandatory for all racing personnel to be vaccinated against COVID-19 this year. This means that anyone working in the paddock must be double jabbed against the virus. None of the 22 grid have spoken out on the matter, so it is unclear how this will impact the upcoming season. And Stephen Curry scored 40 points as the Golden State Warriors defeated the Houston Rockets with 122 points to 108. The point guard also tallied 9 assists and 5 rebounds as he led the Warriors to their 6th consecutive win. It's also the 6th time that Curry has breached 40 points in a game this season. In more local basketball news, Liam Jones joins us live from Solent University. Hi Liam.
Thanks for that, Josh. It was a top-of-the-standings clash this weekend in the National Basketball League as the Solent Kestrels travelled down the coast to to take on the Worthing Thunder. It was the number 2 ranked Kestrels who came out on top as they produced a dominant display to win 104-59. 6 Kestrel players scored in double digits, led by guard Elliot Dadds, who dropped 17 points. This win was super important for the Kestrels, who now have a 13-2 record for the season and are undefeated in their last 4 league games. This victory continues the hot form for the Southampton-based side, who just last Sunday managed to win the National Cup for the 2nd year in a row. In that game, it was Orlan Jackson who would dominate for Solent, putting up 22 points in only 18 minutes. Such a strong performance would earn him the honour of Finals MVP. But now looking ahead, it's a trip to London, as the Kestrels will look to knock down the 3rd-ranked Thames Valley Cavaliers and retain their spot near the top of the NBL rankings. Thanks for listening. Now back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Liam. That's all from us for now. We've been Solent Sports News. Remember, you can keep up to date on our website, solentjournalism.co.uk.